Hey Nick,
Yeah, Chris.
God creates man so that man can kill God.
Oh, well, welcome to Final Fantasy Afterbirth. I mean, Rebirth.
Fantasy Afterbirth. Oh
Whatever
God.
the hell that game's called. I don't know. Hey everybody, welcome to Play the Hits. Premium content coming at you tonight.
We maybe if I can get the boat. How do we open? I forget. How do we open this damn gate? Did
I
we ever
I
figure out how
I
to do that?
don't know. How did we open the last three gates?
Oh, you're right. We should just ram it. Philosophy and Afterbirth. Yeah,
What do you
setting the
think the
bar high
third
tonight.
one will be called?
Oh, it's got to be reunion, right?
Cause yeah, that's just dumb enough to work. Sorry.
Like what else could it be? Like they've been batting that word around since 1997. Like it means
No,
something.
it's actually such a good idea that they'll not do it in order to be ironic. I don't know. This
Yeah.
is this is like a weird series that's like, hey, we've got some really good ideas. Let's push those aside, do a competent job for most of the game, and then blow the ending consistently.
Sparks, do you mind some spoilers for
Oh,
Rebirth?
whoops.
Well, no,
Nobody's
I
playing this.
well because I've got some things to say that I've been needing to get off my chest for a while now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I
All
mean, hey,
right.
whatever. Yeah, I'm not even gonna tempt you with that. Never mind.
I mean
Anyways, yeah.
the game's been out for a couple of months now. I'm just gonna tell Max not to watch this one. You know, I think I shared with you guys probably a good 50 or 60 screenshots as I made my way through that game. I
Yeah, you were
loved
pretty
like
excited.
I was very excited because they really nailed the environments. They gave a fresh and exciting new perspective on the world and some of my favorite parts of the game. They really did seem to be uh, aiming for more of a faithful recreation of the major points of the plot, expanding in all the right places and keeping it the same where it needed to stay the same.
I don't think ramming speed is gonna do it, friend.
You don't think we're gonna
Well,
ram it? No
well,
ramming at home.
give it one good slam.
Yeah. Give this one good
I,
douse
I
so that
didn't
we don't
say
waste
I
all our
didn't say
fuel.
hose it down with the funny water. I said give it a slam.
Oh, give it a good slam. Okay. Slam.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Okay.
yeah, go on.
Well, so long story short, then I got to the ending, and all of the stupid, puzzling, maddening horseshit that has been Square Enix over the last, decade plus. Yeah, it's not ramming it. All just came right front and center again, and the game had, there's a lot to love about it, and there's a lot to love about Disc One of Final Fantasy VII, and throughout the whole, first 45 hours of Rebirth, they really did seem to understand what their fan base wanted. Like we heard you loud and clear after remake. There were things you liked and things where we maybe got a little carried away, and we're gonna dull those down. And then the last 2 hours of the game hit, and it I think I shared in a text with you right
You
after I
did.
finished it, something to the
Mhm.
effect of
Okay,
like,
that looks like there's a ladder up there that you can grab onto.
yeah, I'm
So
gonna head back up there. I think that's gonna be our
try
way.
ascending.
Yeah,
Anyways.
let's do that. I think I shared in a text with you that I almost feel like the whole reason they created Rebirth was to tell their own fan base something to the effect of, hey, be careful what you wish for, which, is a fine lesson, but not one that I need to learn from fucking Final Fantasy. And I gotta tell you, that one
What do
scene.
you mean careful what you wish for? I don't quite
Well, I'll
understand.
explain it in just a second. The one scene that they really needed above everything else to nail was the emotional impact of the finale, right? Eris's death scene. Not only did they not nail it, they seem to be, oh, for God's sake, um, calling into question whether, like the universe
Forward
that
three
that you're
inches.
in is even Yeah. Oh, Aerith dies. Yeah, right. Um, it is even. Oh, I derailed and lost my train of thought. But basically, they sacrifice, the most poignant scene in the entire game, and one of the ones that, whether you are a fan of the game or not, defines video game history as we know it. And instead, they just give you this shitty, stupid multiverse bullshit. They shoehorn in like an hour long final boss fight where Sephiroth transforms into his god form, and then Zack shows up, and then
Well,
hey,
no,
you
hold
get
on.
to.
Wait. Oh God, wait. You're serious?
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm being 100% serious. Not only was it worse than Remake's ending, it felt disrespectful to. And again, I know it's a video game.
Well, no, I mean
It felt
that's fine.
disrespectful to
It's
the
fine to
fan
be.
base. It felt disrespectful to their fan base, and even to the narrative that they were trying to pay homage to.
No, no, Chris, they weren't. This isn't like art or anything. This is
I know
a
that, but
company.
for a lot of
It's a
people,
company
this meant
trying to turn
something.
profit, right? And by the way, I think you went a little too far forward.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay. I
I
can't
mean, it
quite
is
get
what
it
it
to.
is, right? Like the ending is essentially made to get people to talk about it on Reddit, right? Like they want to do this thing where they want all the emotional impact of the original Aerith death scene, but they don't want any of the sacrifice that goes with it.
They really didn't want any of that emotional impact because they go out of their way to subterfuge any impact that scene had. Uh, you get
I
Aerith showing
think
up
I
in visions that only Cloud can see. You have her participating in the final battle despite lying on the floor fucking dead.
no,
It's the
I think my point is still
stupidest.
valid that they want to kill Aerith, but they don't want the emotional impact of her being dead. So they kill
Yeah.
her, but they keep her alive because nobody knows what they're doing.
Uh,
Um, I mean, I
so
don't know.
to
Like
Bloody
I said, I've always
Penguins. Go ahead.
what what was that?
You first.
Um. Oh, by the way, hey, sorry. Hey Sparks, how are you doing? Nice to see you,
Son
metaphorically
of a
speaking. It's
bitch.
been a while. And Bloody Penguin, hey,
Hmm. Okay.
my apologies.
This
I've
is
always been
clearly
a
not
bit
the way.
Final Fantasy VII agnostic, but hey,
Yeah.
takes all kinds, right?
It does.
I was not a huge fan of Final Fantasy VII after Rebirth, but
And
that's fine. I got bad taste.
I enjoyed the game overall, which is what's so shitty about it, because for 99% of that game, they seemed dead set on showing you, hey, we can learn from our mistakes, we can make a better game, we can, bring the things that people loved about the original into the 21st century in a really cool and innovative way. And then again, so the my original point, which was, oh god,
Damn it!
which was that they seem to be trying to tell their fan base, be careful what you wish for, right? Like, you want Aerith to live, or whatever. I don't even know what the point they were trying to make was. We'll do it in the stupidest possible way that completely lacks any poignancy or depth, or I mean, so
Here's
the
my big problem with.
go ahead.
Go ahead, finish your
'Cause
thought.
well,
I'm sorry.
I'm scattering my thoughts. I wasn't prepared to
I got
have
you.
this.
It was a big piece of shit. I got you. That's the
It
bottom
was
line,
the
right?
ending was absolute horseshit.
Here's my big thing is I just on principle resent the Final Fantasy VII trilogy just because, and I know we've talked about this before, but every time one of these companies hashes out another modern facelift of an old classic,
Hmm.
that's just another innovative, cool game that could be coming out that isn't being worked on. Like for every Resident Evil remake they slop out, that's another delay to Resident Evil 9 coming out, right?
Yeah,
Every
maybe.
time
I
they
mean, I can
rehash
agree to
Final
disagree on
Fantasy
that.
for the 20th time, that's
Yeah,
another Final Fantasy 17 that's not coming out, right? Because it's easy money, right? And it's simple to do. You've already got the plot, you've got the name recognition. This is like I'm going to get on a little bit of a rant here for
yeah.
like
No,
20
go ahead.
seconds. This is why I don't care about this like big name AAA remake stuff because I could wait for Capcom to get their junk together to make a good Resident Evil, or I could just go buy Crow Country for 20 bucks on Steam, which is far superior to anything Capcom has done with Resident Evil in the last 10 years. Like, that's the great thing
Oh,
about the free
I don't know
market with
about that,
games.
but
No, it is. And
I'll have to check it out. But
uh,
I love
maybe
me
we
some
maybe
RE2
we can
remake
stream
and
that next.
RE7.
I mean, and that's fine, but like I said, that just prevents another new idea from coming out. So the whole point of that is, you know what? If they won't give me something new and innovative with the free market, someone else will. Someone else will do it better.
Yeah,
So
that's
if
fair.
Elder Scrolls is going to drag its feet on 6, well, then maybe Baldur's Gate comes out at some point and sucks all the oxygen out of the room for the next 2 years.
Yeah, now everyone's
So,
going to be trying
anyways.
to be the next Baldur's Gate, completely for not realizing what made Baldur's Gate so good. Um, yeah, I tend to disagree a little bit on remakes. I think remakes can be done very well. Like I will hold up RE2 and Link's Awakening as, just prime examples of that. RE2 because it actually did do something new with an established game and made it just as exciting as the original. Link's Awakening because it was literally just a fresh coat of paint on the exact same game and it was beautiful for it. So I actually have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I can't get up
Okay,
top.
maybe I should stop yammering and we should work on the ladder. So, okay, what I think you need to do is I think there's a ladder above you need to climb
There
up to.
there is. I can't get to it because whenever I raise this ladder
Okay,
and then I
raise that
back
ladder.
up, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So then I try to
Do
back up, but when I
do
back
it
up,
just a
they
little.
mash together and I can't get up.
Just back up just a little bit. Just
Uh
tap the backup pedal.
okay, I'll try that again. I'm not sure that's going to be an option though. I'll give it a shot. Okay. Tap the backup.
Just a
A
little
little
tap.
tappy. Okay. Okay, we're going backwards. Now we got to stop.
Okay.
Why is this not working? God damn it. Because I didn't turn on the hose. Okay,
What
now
does
we're
the
gonna go
hose do?
forward.
Okay, just a
Stop.
smidge.
Now we're gonna go
All right.
backwards. Slowly, slowly.
And
Stop.
stop.
Stop. Stop. Stop rolling.
Wait,
Okay.
you have to douse the engine to stop momentum?
Completely. I mean, you're, which is why I think I'm doing this wrong. Because, I mean, you can kind of, oh, actually, look at that. No way.
Well, well, well. Look who's right.
Let's see here. Now,
Um,
so if I remember, this
t- t-
apparatus was just meant to lower the new part of my ship down there. So I've already got
oh, they
that
give you like
done.
an upgrade or something, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's already attached. The rear cargo thing is already attached. Um, that does nothing.
Did you?
Can't
Oh,
get up
shoot.
there.
I don't remember. Did we do something with this already?
Yeah, so at the end of the last
Oh,
episode, we used this device here to lower down the back end of my ship, which is now
well then
attached.
why'd we climb back up here?
You told me to. I wanted to see if there's anything else up there.
I thought there was
Um,
like a button to open the gate. Okay, well, whatever. Like
okay,
I
so
don't know,
then
like
we,
Metroid it up. Whatever we just put on there, use that to open the gate.
well, yeah, so we just used the rear cargo hook. We brought up a whatchamahoozit, and then we use that fuel container and we put it in here. So I'm gonna give ramming it another shot actually, because that seems to be the only
Back to the
thing.
start, huh? Okay.
Yeah, let's like way back up and
Yeah,
give it
yeah,
a
definitely.
serious ram.
Let's upgrade our RAM, right?
Oh god damn it! Not before we lower the
To
sails, Chris.
to your point there, Bloody Rabbit. I will agree with you. I think to an extent at least, Resident Evil 2's remake was, I think, an exception to that formula. I think it was definitely better quality than most of those rewarmed leftovers that we get.
Oh yeah, for every Resident Evil 2, there's a dozen. I can't even name them because there's so many of them. Just
That's the problem is that
remakes
you
and
have the
remasters that don't need to
yeah,
be.
you
But
get
yeah.
the innovators like Resident Evil 2, and then you get the imitators that are just there for a quick buck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to be fair, I truly don't believe that that the 7 remake team falls into that camp. I do believe that they have an extremely misguided understanding of what their fan base actually wants out of
But you know what? That doesn't
a
even
remake.
matter because,
I mean,
unfortunately,
it's
no, no,
objectively sloppy
no, no,
storytelling.
no, no.
It's
Like, love the game or hate the game, it doesn't matter because it sold a ton of copies, and given the current
that's
industry that we have, it still underperformed, and Square Enix was like, "Oh, we can't do this
I
again. This
know,
was a
and that's the
disaster."
crazy thing. It sold like hotcakes, but
It
not
did, and it
enough
wasn't enough.
to make
It can
back
s
the 5 years of development time they spent on it,
Yeah,
which
it
is
can sell
wild.
$100 million worth of, copies, and it still doesn't matter because
Right.
it's still a loss on the
So
books.
not only is it you know,
Unsustainable.
well, yeah, it not only is it misguided in the way that they're uh putting it together.
Ramming speed.
Yeah, ramming speed, ho. But they, like you said, it's pointing out a problem with the game industry that's been festering for a while now, which is that the AAA model is no longer feasible or sustainable because in order to make your money back, well,
God damn it.
scratch that one.
Oh,
Essentially, it
boy.
has to be the best-selling game of all time, which not every game can be the best-selling game of all time.
No, there
I'm
can only be
genuinely
one.
stumped. I hate to be one of those stupid gamers that has to look up a guide for something, but
Wait, wait, what's down there?
I
There's
already
glowy
pressed
things.
this.
Okay, what does that do? Push it some more.
Oh,
It's
you've got
zooming.
to be shitting me. Was
Chris,
that really
you
just 15
idiots.
minutes of our time?
You idiots.
Steampy. Alright, well, whatever.
So it just goes to show that sometimes you just can't brute force your way through this stuff.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would they give you an upgrade that is not the solution to opening the door?
Yeah,
Whatever.
right.
Whatever. It makes about as much sense as anything else. Hey, Chris,
What?
what you reading?
What am I reading right now? Ooh, I
Yeah.
actually just started a new book today. I will grab it for you. 1 second.
I mean, I can't see it, but okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can't really play the game and read the synopsis for you, but whatever. Anyways, it's
Well,
called
tell
The
me what it
Enigma.
is.
It's called The Enigma in Room 622, and it's just kind of a classic whodunit.
Okay, all right. I have not heard of it. Interesting. Who's the writer?
Foreign author, well, foreign to us, Joel Deeker.
Okay.
I've never read
Is,
anything else by him. It was one of those just, browsing the books
is he
store.
Swedish?
He is. Joel Deeker was born in Geneva, Switzerland.
I was close.
Yeah, Swiss, German, whatever. It's all the same.
Hey, calm down there in chat. I don't like what I'm seeing there. You guys go take a hot shower.
Gentle
Don't be
touch is better than a ramming.
don't be putting that on my Christian channel here, dudes. None of those words are in the Bible.
Oh, shit. Alright,
Cool.
well, let's see here. Remind me, how do I repair things? It's with that, this guy up here.
Yes?
Yes, queen. Slay. Oh, well, this is,
Well, we're back out at Open Ocean.
yes, we are.
Chris, are there any interesting games coming out this year? I'm asking for a friend.
Let's see.
Is there anything to care about this year?
There is one that I'm really excited for, and I was just thinking about it earlier today, but as you say it, it's failing to come to my mind all of a sudden.
Ah, memorable. Okay.
Give me 1 second, and I swear I'll get it back. Okay. Oh, full speed ahead, right?
Wow, look at that. I can't wait till we run into the next obstacle that clips our sails.
Right. As they do. Okay. We don't need fuel right now. We got wind. Oh, God. We got wind. Jesus!
Wind power.
Astrobot looks really awesome. Yes, it does. Oh wait, no, Astrobot's not what I'm thinking of.
Astrobot. I'm getting that confused with Berserk Boy.
Berserk Boy. Don't know that one either.
Not to be confused with Gravity Circuit.
Shoot. What was I just looking at the other day that sounds amazing? It'll come to me like 5 minutes after this episode concludes.
Sorry, I'm looking up Astrobot the game.
Astrobot the game.
Oh, okay, this looks neat.
Oh, on an unrelated note, I did see a preview for Nobody Wants to Die that looked kind of interesting.
Oh, Astrobot does look fun. Nobody Wants to Die. What is that? That sounds like another one of those Quarry games.
It's basically kind of a sci-fi detective game.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I mean,
okay.
the graphics look pretty snazzy. But like it's the universe that kind of sells me. It's sort of I don't know, BioShock meets Cyberpunk kind of thing.
Ah, okay. All right. That's better than getting another BioShock.
Yeah. Just finished reading Running Close to the Wind by Alexander Rowland. Highly recommend it. I'm not sure if I've heard of that one.
Running Close to the Wind. Running close to the...
Now Nick's taking all these down. How do I activate my little fixie?
Oh,
this is the problem with...
I see why she's reading it.
Oh, okay. Came out about a month ago. This is the problem with not playing a game for 3 weeks at a time.
Our flag means death meets the 6 crows. Okay, all right. I get it now.
Pirate book?
It came out about a month ago during Pride Month. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, everybody. Very high literature. All right.
Yeah, I read that description. I'm just reading.
Oh no! Now, see, this is the only thing I don't like about this one over the first is that the background objects. It's really hard to tell what your sail is just gonna clock, and what it's not.
Well, I mean, like, there's really nothing above you currently, right?
Yeah. Well, so I hit this thing back here to my left.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I was looking up. Yeah. Hey, question for you, Chris. Have you watched Tokyo Vice?
No, I haven't. What is it?
It is about an American Jewish journalist who ends up becoming a beat reporter in Japan back in like the 80s.
Interesting.
Yeah, I recently read the book it was based on. I couldn't really get through the HBO show, but I was wondering if maybe it was something you read. So
I can't say I've heard of that one.
everybody but me who's watched it has had like high praise for it. So
Oh, interesting. You thought it was hot garbage.
well, here's the thing: is like I wanted something to do with like the Yakuza. I was watching it with a
That's a whale.
friend, and it's not quite what we wanted. But then I realized, oh, this is nonfiction. This is biographical. So I was like, oh, okay, adjust your
Oh, okay.
expectations. But so I went back and I actually read the book because I had some like Audible credits to spend, and I really liked the book. So
Okay, cool. Can you give me the name
I
again?
recommend the book. The book is fun. What was that?
The name again?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, you're having a Chris moment.
No, it was called Tokyo Vice.
Tokyo Vice, thank you.
Tokyo
Okay.
Vice by Jake Adelstein, I believe.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I will check it out for sure. Because
Yeah.
I'll be looking for my next good read after
Your next good read that's not the blade itself.
You know, every time I say
The
I'm
next
going to
good read
start
that's
that
not the Black
series,
Company.
is that, hey, I did. Oh wait, no. Never mind. Sorry, I have not read Black
That's
Company
right.
yet.
Nah. That's all right. And it's fine. Like by the way, out of my 34 books for the year, I'm now on book number 32.
Hey, nice.
All I'm doing is plugging away at a series called Alex Verus, and I'm also just reading all the entries for the Dresden Files. So not exactly high
okay.
literature on my end.
That's nice.
I still highly recommend the Dresden Files, though. I'm having a blast with that.
Ooh, okay. Could you text me both of those actually then? Because I'm always looking for like projects to switch up. I think the reason that I haven't started the Blade itself is that having finished Wise Man's Fear not too long ago, I'm a little
Burnt out on fiction.
burnt out on fantasy in particular.
That's fair.
Which means like come September or October though I'll be ready to go again for a good new one, and that'll probably be front of the list.
Yeah.
Actually, Black Company will be because it's going to be a much shorter read, but after that I'm sure I'll do the Blade itself.
Yeah, because the Blade itself, and I highly recommend the audible version of that.
Oh really? Okay.
100%. Well, for both of them actually, because the narrator for Black Company is Mark Vitor, and he does an incredible job. And Blade itself, 75% of what makes that book fun is based solely on Sandon Glockter, the Inquisitor character in that book, and the author just does such a phenomenal job voice acting him. You just would lose all the snark if you didn't get the audiobook. Anyway,
Nick, something's happening real quick.
Is that a rival ship? What is that?
I don't know. That or
Is
a
that
big ol' storm.
Is that a like octopus floating in the sky? Is this Dark Souls?
I'd like to be... Oh, okay, it does it automatically when you need to repair. I see.
Oh, I see, alright.
Under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. Hey. Oh. What is going on here?
Oh, Chris,
Wait,
have you watched... Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry. I forgot we're playing a
Can I
game.
put my sail back up? Is that just kind of a warning lightning strike?
Is it that the wind is too powerful? Have you watched the Amazon Fallout series yet?
No, but I've heard good things, strangely enough.
Okay.
Have you?
Yeah, well, I watched half of it.
Oh, okay.
The last half of it. Actually, it's a really sweet story if you have like 2 minutes.
Girl looks for dad, right?
No. The TV show wasn't the sweet story. Okay, so my sister Angelina got my dad like hooked on watching the new Fallout series on Amazon, so that kind of became their thing, right?
Okay.
Like him and I, when I was a kid, we would always watch the X-Files together. That was our thing.
Oh, nice.
And his thing with her has been watching Fallout. So for Father's Day, I was like, hey, why don't you both come over to my house? I'll cook us some dinner and we can marathon the last half of Fallout.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Cool.
we just sat there, we watched it for 4 hours, and it was a perfectly okay show.
Nice.
I mean, it didn't knock my socks off. It was kind of your typical Amazon Prime fare. But, I mean, you know, it had power armor sometimes.
It had power armor. What more can you ask for from a Fallout series?
More power armor, but that's fine.
I'm gonna open this guy up and see if there's any fuel I can pick up down here, because I am out of things to burn. Nada, huh?
This game has usually been pretty good about making sure you don't run out of resources.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling I haven't been utilizing the hook properly, though. I mean, what if I just lower it and let it drag along the seabed? Will that get me what I need? This game turned into Soulsborne real quick. Oh, shit.
I have to say, I am so happy that the new Elden Ring DLC that came out that everyone's been waiting for 2 years. I'm so happy it didn't have any DLC.
Oh, really?
Or no, I'm sorry. I'm so happy the DLC didn't have any extra achievements it brought with it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I thought you were like being tongue-in-cheek. Like, I'm glad it didn't. I know nothing about Elden Ring, so I was. You can completely lie to me and say it has the best DLC ever, or it has no DLC
I
at all.
pumped 110 hours into it. I had zero desire to return to it, but I didn't want it to be like incomplete after the DLC. So man, I was so happy when there was like no achievements added, because that DLC sounded like hot garbage.
Oh, is that right?
Well, it was one of those things where like they gated the difficulty artificially, so like all enemies in the DLC were automatically stronger than you until you like picked up specific items that would scale your strength, which is like not really how you play a Souls game, but I don't know, what do I know?
I gotcha. Okay, well, that's it for that. I'm not going to raise my sail again right away, because I won't be able to use it again.
If you want to play a good Souls game, go on Steam and download Nightmare Kart. Somebody mixed Bloodborne with Mario Kart, and I hear it's very good, and it's free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well, that can't be good. I just got an achievement for burning the last thing that I have.
Well, not the last.
Alright, well, let's see. So, apparently diving underwater in a storm doesn't actually hurt me in any way, so...
I mean, I'd be shocked if there wasn't some stuff you could pick up on the seabed.
Yeah, there's gotta be something. Really? Wow, this thing is long.
Huh.
Huh.
Why don't we just swim to our... Oh, because we need the boat.
Yeah, we need the boat eventually. These waves aren't looking good, Nick.
Neither are these water textures.
Elden Ring, I've seen worse. Elden Ring reminded me that I'm not getting better at games as I'm getting older. Sekiro did that for me. Sekiro was that game where I was like, this is going to be my Souls game. This is going to be the one that I really get into.
Oh, brother, you picked the wrong game.
It was not just difficult for me. It was actually impossible. Like, I must have tried for like 3 hours to beat the first, like, stupid ogre boss. And then immediately in the room behind him is a samurai wearing black armor that just curb stomps me every time. Like, I just can't. I physically cannot beat that game.
It's not your fault. Sekiro was a
I'm
bad...
too old.
Sekiro was a game that after all the other Souls games came out, it was like its victory lap, and it was just... I felt it was very self-congratulatory. It was difficult for the sake of being meme-worthy difficult.
Well,
and
not
didn't
only
like
that, though, but the worse you are at it, the harder it becomes because of the stupid dragon rot system.
Yeah.
I got to that part of the game. Like, I died 3 times in a row, and I was like, oh, thank God, someone's gonna, like, help me not suck as bad. It's like, oh no, now you're playing with a handicap that's gonna make it even more difficult to survive. Like, oh, good.
Demon Souls did that, but Demon Souls is also like 15 years old, so...
Yeah.
I appreciate difficulty, don't get me wrong, but when it's difficulty for difficulty's sake, that's not... I don't know. That's not really my thing.
Yeah. I can feel
my
that.
time is valuable, and I don't have enough to piss away on something that's a big difficulty meme like that.
Alright, well, this is it for our fuel, so don't know what we're gonna do.
I guess we just keep on moving forward, right? I mean...
I guess. It's,
Elder Rings. Have you heard of the Elder Rings?
Isn't that pretty much what the narrator sounds like anyways?
Maybe. Maybe.
Hey, we made it just past the storm. Look at that.
And
What do you know?
everything has come to a dead standstill.
Okay, well, at least we can use the sail now for a little bit until I find more fuel. I feel like this game hates me slightly more than the first Far did.
I'm sorry, that sounded funny.
Just slightly. Slightly
Just
more.
don't say it quick.
Than the first farted. That is funny.
You said it.
We're not above a good fart joke here on Play the Hits. Alright, so while it's smooth sailing for a little bit, well, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to look for...
Should you be Yeah, I was going to say, should you be, like, collecting the stuff your dragnet has picked up?
Well, I'm not sure it's a dragnet is the only thing. The ship now runs only on hopes and dreams. Yeah, much like America these days.
Hope and change.
Oh,
if you
God.
want hope, get real. If you want change, put out your cup. I don't have time for this nonsense. Chris, could we just talk about... Never mind, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, you want my thoughts on the 2024 election already?
No, I just want to say
Neither of us are
this.
drunk enough for that.
Maybe the only thing I want to say is I love how President Biden has been on a confidence building tour, but every time he goes out to build people's confidence, he walks away making
I
people
know.
even more unsure.
It
I
makes me
just
really
watched his
sad
I had his press conference in on the background while I was doing laundry today, and I was like, this is attempt number 3 to reassure America that he's fit
that
and in
he's not
shape.
too old to. Yeah.
And he started talking about what a good pick his vice president Donald Trump would be to lead the country.
Oh Jesus. And
Okay,
the
I'm
the funny
done.
thing is though,
That's all I want
like,
to talk
don't
about.
get me wrong, I am of the mind that Biden shouldn't be running at age 84, but at the same time, or however old he is, but at the same time too, like, I find it just a little bit rich that he exhibits like normal signs of aging and everyone's just like crying for him to step down. Trump, meanwhile, gets up there in his shit diapers and spurts on the most random, inane garbage imaginable. And everyone's like, yep, that's our guy. Totally.
Well, well, I mean, the people who are voting for Trump are
Absolutely presidential
they're gonna vote
material.
they're gonna vote for him no matter what he says. That's a
Well, but
race that's
that's the thing. They
completely
seem
run
to
on
love
emotion.
what he says. It's not just like, hey,
Oh
yeah,
no,
there's
no,
no
I
better option. It's like, yeah, absolutely. Let's build a Jewish moon laser or whatever. I don't know.
there's purpose to the vitriol and hatred that he spouts every time he opens his mouth. I will admit I don't think it's necessarily apples to oranges. I don't know, like
Dude, I'm just saying,
but Biden does make me legitimately concerned every time he talks.
if Biden were my grandpa, I'd ask him to, consider a retirement village. If Trump were my grandpa, I would ask him how he feels about euthanasia. I mean, it's just it. Yeah, you're right. It's
I love
sadly
euthanasia.
these are our
Okay,
two
I've been a big
choices,
fan
but
of his for a long time. Okay, I've been a big fan, right? One of his biggest fans.
bigly. I'm opening
When
up
I'm
my
president, everyone is getting
Steam
a
wish list real quick.
euthanasia.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, yeah, that's right there, Bloody Penguin. The debate was basically just the worst example of elder abuse I've seen in a long time,
Oh,
making those
jeez, it was
two elderly
not
men stay
pretty.
up past 9 o'clock to yell at each other.
Yep.
So, I think my favorite moment of the debate was when Biden
Uh oh.
stammered on about how he'd finally defeated Medicare, and Trump just looked at him. He's like, "I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but this guy's got to go." And I was just like,
Oh,
you know what? I'm gonna give you 1 point for that, Trump. That actually made me laugh.
good God.
Oh, this is the best we've got, Chris. This is America.
Yeah,
This
apparently
is
this is the best we have to offer.
this is the best we've got, and all of a sudden I understand why nobody can get that gat dang pothole at the end of my street filled in for the 5 years I've been living here.
Right. While I'm climbing this ladder here, real quick, I'm going to my Steam wishlist because it's driving me crazy that I cannot remember
I'm trapped in a
um
dream, snake
any of the
eater.
games that I'm currently excited for.
Pretty memorable.
They're
Get
obscure. It looks pretty good.
get Fear and Hunger on your wish list. That's a fun game.
Fear and Hunger. Tell me about it.
it's it's the most brutal, darkest, disgusting RPG Maker game I've ever seen or played.
RPG. You said brutal, disgusting, and I was not prepared for RPG Maker to come right
Oh,
after that.
pull up some videos. This is the most fascinating game I've ever seen. It was made in like 2018 by some guy in Eastern Europe, and it is fascinating. What
Okay.
one man can do. It's like the berserk of RPG Maker games.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Side
I'm
note,
all,
I've been
oh
reading Berserk
God.
lately,
Why do
so
my legs still work? Sparks, that explains a lot. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, I think come like October, November, I'm just gonna drink a lot until whatever happens happens, and
I'm tastefully disassociated from it at this point. Like
I
it
might
doesn't
need you
affect
to like
me.
haul me to the polls at some point just so I remember to vote. But
Chris, I can't do that. I'm working the election.
I'm gonna need you to haul me to the polls.
Remember, man, I'm a captain. I have to. Not only do I have to volunteer, I have to coordinate the site.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, "Remember, man, I'm a Catholic." Like
And
I
remember,
can't
man,
tell
I'm
you how to vote.
Catholic. It's my duty to get out there and help because my faith requires deeds.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
We're not like you Lutherans where you put your hands together and you just say you believe and you get into heaven. We got to work
That's
our asses off
yeah.
and make up a bunch
You've
of
got the whole
terrible
treasury of
rules.
merit to think about, don't you? Oh God. Yeah. So I feel like suddenly I'm having like a complete senior moment. You asked me 20 minutes ago what games I'm looking forward to this year, and like less than 10 hours ago, like I saw something and I was like, oh, this looks amazing. I'm absolutely wish listing this. Not only did I forget to wish list it, I can't even remember what the goddamn game is called.
This is why whenever I see this stuff, I immediately take a screen grab of it on my phone.
Right? I need to start doing. Well, that's what I do for books. I see something that looks
Mhm.
interesting and I immediately just put it onto an album on my phone.
That's a good strategy, man.
Yeah, I should start doing that with games too, apparently.
Oh, look at this.
Are we going to the moon?
Yes.
Nick, are we going to the moon?
This is for Far 3, farther.
Fartherer.
Far shores. We're going all the way to the Seal of Tranquility, boys.
Oh, crap.
So what the hell was the point of that?
To get this?
Oh,
Apparently?
the med pack. Okay, cool.
No.
Goodbye.
Wait. Gotta be something here. Something to all this.
Well, that thing that fell down, aren't you supposed to like collect it or something?
Hold on. Oh, I see. Okay. So we want to switch this. All right. Now we'll push it back down. I got you. And then we got to attach the hook to it and get it back to our ship for
Sparks,
reasons.
while we're doing whatever Chris is doing with this hose spraying foam everywhere, what have you been up to? You're usually doing some interesting volunteer work.
Oh,
Oh,
radio
well,
silence.
she's got a tap, right? She might be on a laptop all the way across the room, and she's like, "Ah, crap, they're talking to me." Um, I guess while she's doing
Hate when they
that, in
talk
other
to me.
words, I am on day 20 of trying to get shredded.
Oh, nice. What are you doing?
Yeah, I've completely revamped my diets. I run 4 times a week, and I've been
Nice.
doing some super intense planks every day for the last 20 days.
Dude, planks, in my experience, do nothing except make my back hurt.
See, that's the
But
thing is
for maybe a younger, thinner man's game, it could
you
absolutely
got to
work.
figure out, I guess, like what works for your body, right? Because I can't do sit-ups without my vertebrae getting thrown out. But
Okay. Sparks is going to
yeah,
Columbus Book Fest. That sounds delightful.
oh cool. I have been dying to go ahead and just get some good used books. A friend of mine and I kind of went on a scavenger hunt and hit like all 10 used
Ooh,
bookstores in Northwest Ohio. Like over the course of like a Saturday, just took the whole day and robbed them of all of their little treasures.
that reminds me, Nick. Once I'll have to have you over when this happens, but in the fall, right
Uh-huh.
next to my house, the fairgrounds, Monroe County does a um, massive used book sale. It's kind of like the um, university's way of cleaning house a little bit,
Oh,
and
neat.
everything is $1 except for the rare books, which are anywhere from like $15 to $1,000. Because I
Yeah,
mean, there's
like
like
rare
some
books. Yeah.
actual artifacts there, but
No,
yeah.
I love going to used bookstores or events like that. Like, new book places don't really hold my interest as much because like there's this like sweet spot in the 1980s where I think literature peaked, right? That's when you got Shadow of the Torturer, Black Company, Berserk, um, Hyperion,
Oh
uh,
God,
wh- the
Hyperion.
the Garrett Files, like all these incredible series that I found, and then eventually realized this is all written in the 80s.
Right. Okay, game.
So
So I have this new meter. You're not going to tell me what it does, though.
no, this is one of those say it. don't show it kind of games. I mean, show it, don't say it.
Show it, don't say. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whatever, whatever.
Still, little heads up on what I just did would be nice.
Sorry, I was thinking of the vastly superior Tunic.
Tunic. Oh, hey, look, some things.
Okay, it's like little
Little
Necronomicon or
fuel.
something. Hey, by the way, guess who missed the entire gat dang Steam sale?
Oh no!
One more day, one more day. I'm busy. I'm busy. Oh, okay. I can go ahead and pick some up while I'm at work on Thursday. God dang it, I missed the whole sale.
God dang it, Bobby.
I did manage to buy Yakuza Judgment for Dre, so there's that at least, I guess, but failed to get
Yakuza
anything for
Judgment?
myself. Yeah.
I'm not
It,
familiar with this at all.
it's a spin-off series. You play as a detective
Is it
investigating murders.
does it happen to be called Lost Judgment?
I can't remember if Lost Judgment is the first game in the Judgment series or the second.
Okay, because I was gonna say Lost Judgment I'm vaguely familiar with as kind of a detective-y game.
I felt like Lost Judgment was the second game in that series. I felt like the first one
Oh,
was
you
just
might
called
be
Judgment.
right.
I could be wrong.
But I didn't even know they were affiliated with Yakuza. That's interesting.
No, no, you definitely are because there's like references. Very wisely, they don't turn it into like, oh, and then Kiryu appeared. Very wisely, they let the main character have his own game.
Okay, cool.
It just takes place in that world with a couple
In the
references.
universe, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I'll have to check that out then.
Oh, side note, I saw that you and Max have been playing the Ritual of the Circle Blood Moon.
Yeah, Max wanted to do
Ritual of the
Bloodstained.
Night. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually watching you guys play that when you were streaming that. I really, really liked that game.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we were actually half the episode we were talking about how you and I played the 8-bit ones together.
It was so hard for me not to chime in because I was also super tired but didn't want to get too involved. Actually, it had triggered that memory of that game in my brain, and I downloaded the DLC that was Dominique's Revenge.
Okay.
Yeah, it was bad. Don't play it.
It was bad.
Stick to the
Don't play.
base. Stick to the base game. It was basically Simon's Quest, but without all the things that like made Ritual of the Night good.
Interesting.
All they needed to do was basically make that game Simon's Quest, but with all the tweaks and like cool new stuff they did with the other 8-bit games.
Okay.
But instead they kept like the bad movement and the jank from Simon's Quest in that game. I was like, that's a weird decision.
Yeah, kind of like with 7 Rebirth. It's like, hey, you did all the things that people hated about Remake again.
Yeah. See,
you guys
and
don't
that's
seem
why,
to understand.
that's why I've been enjoying Crow Country as opposed to waiting for another Resident Evil game, because Crow Country's like, hey, okay, I know what you guys like, so here you go. But no tank controls, and your inventory is not going to be something you have to manage throughout the course of the game. We're gonna give you all the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. Have fun.
What in the fuck am I supposed to be doing now? Okay, so we dropped a battery into
Dive
this thing.
underwater and look
it
for
rotated.
well, yeah.
Can I fly now? Can I submerge? What
Wait.
are we doing?
Wait. Do you have to blow it up with like a bomb?
No. And then
Where's
this
the-
light here lit up. But hold on. Oh, look at that. We can submerge.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, this is frightening. Okay, thalassophobia triggered.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's Iron Lung, guys.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy. Nick, what have we gotten
to the
ourselves
lost
into?
city of Atlantis.
Well, side note, one of my favorite episodes of Futurama for some reason, The Lost City of Atlanta.
Yeah, back when Futurama was good. Before they started making COVID jokes and Susan Boyle jokes.
Susan Boyle.
Jesus criminy. I just remember watching one of the newer episodes and like there's a whole episode about like Susan Boyle having a boil. And that's when I realized I didn't like Futurama anymore.
Oh, no.
I was like, why did nobody stand up in the room and be like, let's not do this episode.
Guys, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Is anyone still having fun anymore? Joe DiMaggio?
At that
or
point,
John DiMaggio?
Susan Boyle had been like not in the public zeitgeist for 5 years, so I had like a theory that they just had that episode written already, and
Yeah,
then
they
when they
just
picked the
then they had to
show,
use the joke.
yeah, they just crammed that square peg in the round hole and was like, "Hey, this shit's ready for people to watch. It's Futurama." That name prints money.
There was a time when that was true, sadly.
Welcome to season 12, folks. The
I still
shit
think the series
continues.
peaked at Sniper Zoidberg. I'm sorry.
That was definitely a good screen grab.
Which no one has, to this day, no one's grabbed it. Like,
Actually, I
you
did.
really should, and just put it out there, because, like, you Google Sniper Zoidberg and it doesn't exist.
No, I got it for myself, and it's like one of my backgrounds on my social media. I sent it
Good.
to you as well, so it's out there.
How did I forget about that?
This is an interesting mechanic.
It is, actually. I kind of like it.
How do you make it go forward instead of just up and down?
Okay. Just do the normal thing here. Now, hear me out. I think this time I do actually have to ram something. I think I gotta hit those boards.
Yeah, it's old, weak, and frail, so go ahead and just,
Yep, look at... Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, that
jeez.
fell apart faster than Biden's campaign. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm very sad.
Hi,
Like-
I'm Joe Biden's husband. I mean,
Dog. I mean...
you've seen that clip, right?
No, I haven't. What are we talking about?
Oh god, it's hilarious. It's like this it's like it was like a campaign video or something, and it was like Jill Biden, she says, "Hi, I'm Jill Biden." And then Joe Biden walks into center frame. He's like, "Hi, I'm Joe Biden's wife." And he just
Oh,
smiles
no.
and goes with it.
Uh-oh. Why are we going backwards?
But seriously, what an interesting time. I will say, just purely from a historical point of view, I do remember being really confused about the debates because I was thinking, like, wow, this is really weird. I've never seen a candidate do this bad. It's a real shame that that the party convention has already happened. And then I sat there for a few seconds. I was like, wait a second.
Wait a sec. Yeah.
The party convention has never happened. Why are both of the candidates having the presidential debate when they're not technically the candidates yet?
Essentially, American politics has finally started to admit to itself that the rules that have been established and upheld for the last, 200 years really don't mean a whole fucking lot.
Right, that it's like democracy is window dressing, right? But
Yeah,
no, I was
absolutely.
really surprised. I could not find a precedent because I looked. I couldn't find a precedent for when the debates had happened before.
Right, like why should these two be
the
debating
convention.
without having
Right, because-
accepted their party's nomination?
Correct, because there's nothing official about it. But
Correct, yeah.
historically, I found that interesting. So
Yeah, very, very. And, I mean, I'm depressed because I just don't know if, like, I can... Like I've already started turning off all of my major news feed alerts and things just because I can't really take it anymore.
no, don't, man. That is mental poison. Don't.
It
let
is.
that
It's
stuff in.
absolutely mental poison. And the thought is, though, like, if we do 4 more years of Trump, I'm not going to be able to avoid it. Like, it's going to be so all-pervasive that you can't help but hear about it. And I just don't know if I can do that again. I'm not alluding that I'm, like, suicidal or anything. I just, like, I
No, 'cause
cannot deal
I
with
get-
another Trump term.
No, I get what you mean. Like the topsy-turvy world that was Trump land for 4 years, right? Just
Constant
one day was
instability.
more. Yeah, one day was more insane than the other, and then like CNN and NPR were like shitting their pants every day, every time Trump
and
would
putting it in
tweet.
front of everybody to see, like, constantly.
Yeah, and it
like,
was just constant psychosis from
making
everybody.
a bad situation that much worse. Yep.
Yeah, it was just sensory overload. And it's like it's not even about Trump at this point. It's just everything here is toxic and poisonous. Well, like this year, like the last month, I have stopped even putting on NPR when I get in the shower. Now I just put on an audiobook.
Yeah,
And
that's the only healthy way to do it, is just to do like a media detox and just let it be nothing but things that are nourishing to you.
No, you're 100% right, because like our headspace is valuable, our time is valuable.
Yeah,
We get to choose what we let in, and I think that's important.
right. And yeah, Sparks, the best thing like for you that I could say completely not being in your situation is honestly just regardless of what happens, wait it out. Like boomers have to die someday. And like the culture, like even the people who are like our age that are kind of right wing are still, you know, realistic enough to understand like, hey, yeah, we probably can't do government mandated conversion camps to straighten out all the gay people. Like that's probably a poisonous idea. Or at least I'd like to think so, but
No, I
oh
think that's
god.
I think that's leftist scaremongering. Oh no, everything that wasn't bolted down is gone. Can you get it? Okay. All right, there's that. That's good.
Thank God for this propeller neck wear.
This is a fun
I know. I mean,
concept, by the way.
I'm about as leftist as it gets, but
I
um,
think this would make a more fun game than I think Disney has put out recently, like a Wally or something. This seems like fun, but anyways,
oh, actually, weirdly enough, the of all the random shit that I think actually looks pretty good, that Star Wars open world game is shaping up to be pretty decent looking.
I get them all
Outlaws.
mixed up. Outlaws, yeah,
So
yeah,
basically, anytime Star Wars deviates from, you know, blue laser swords versus red laser swords and actually dwells on like some of the, you know, kind of interesting universe building that took part in the now technically not canon, like weirdly enough the 80s, the expanded universe books.
see, I
Like that's
told you
where
there's
the
something
series is
magical.
always at its strongest, and that's pretty much what this game is. Like it's right in the middle of The Empire Strikes Back, and while all the Luke Skywalker stuff is happening somewhere, you're just a freaking con artist trying to do a big heist and screw over some rich people.
You know, does it have to be Star Wars though? Like, does it need that moniker? Can't it just be its own fun space adventure? Now I say that, and then I think about what happened to Starfield, so that's an actual question.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think Star Wars as a universe has some really fun things to borrow. Like I really like their whole like 70s sci-fi aesthetic where everything has kind of like this nice layer of grime to it. Um
Yeah, that's why
I
none of the
enjoy
newer
that
Star Wars
as
stuff
a
works. Yeah.
subgenre of sci-fi. I enjoy that.
No, I like when the world feels like lived in instead of like clean,
Yeah, right.
sterile hallways.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not like
strangely,
the Star Trek Utopia, which is another cool way to do it, but not the Star Wars,
dude,
traditional Star Wars way.
I love Next Gen. That's my go-to sci-fi
Oh,
comfort food.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes. Oh
How
my
have we
God.
never talked about this? I love
It's
Star
been
Trek:
a
Next Generation.
it's been a long time since I've watched it, but I have such fond memories of just like turning that on randomly on Pluto TV and just having that on in the background.
Oh, okay. So this isn't like a childhood memory for you. This is adult, but not recent adult.
A little bit of both because like I would absorb Next Gen by osmosis as a kid, but it wasn't until I
Same
got
here. Like I
older.
never sat down
Yeah.
and watched it, but like every time I caught an episode, it was always super entertaining. And like, why am I
Yeah.
not more into this?
Because it was like hardcore nerd stuff. Like, man, only the nerds like
I was
this.
a
I'll
pretty
have it on in the
hardcore nerd.
background, but I won't watch it.
I was a pretty
I
damn
don't know, man.
hardcore nerd.
Even I drew my lines.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, I love Next Gen. I love the idea of this utopia that like there's no drama, there's no inter-caste fighting. It's always humanity having to combat some outside force, right?
Yeah.
Not crewmates like, do you sleep with my man? You
Did you
know?
sleep with my man? Which was, ironically, the plot of more than one episode.
Yes, there were several episodes where there would be some sort of like drunk virus on the ship or something, and all the women would start getting handsy with the men.
Gotta get your space jolly somehow.
But
Oh,
there was always like some sort of like interesting point behind it, right? Like it
yeah.
wasn't just that for the sake of it. It always had some sort of like moral lesson at the end.
So
Like
speaking
back
of
when the
world
Simpsons.
building, I've pretty much given up on remembering the name of this game, but do you remember the Cloudpunk taxi game from a couple of years ago, the indie one that Max and I played?
Cloudpunk,
It's called Cloudpunk.
Cloudpunk. Oh, I thought that was like a genre or like a
Well, yeah,
subgenre.
it is. It was a poorly named game, but the actual game itself was a lot of fun. You played as a taxi driver in a, it almost kind of looked like a Minecraft style sci-fi city.
Oh,
Um,
is this like Cyberpunk meets Crazy Taxi?
a little bit, but the city
Okay.
itself was massive, and essentially like people played the game because of how cool of a concept the city was. And so
Uh-huh.
this game is kind of a, not quite a sequel to it, but it, you know, it's sort of the same universe thing.
Yeah, I love that kind of
It's all
stuff.
just about building a life for yourself in this city, and I'm really excited to play it because one, you know, it's been 3 years. They can build on it even more and make it feel more of a lived-in space. But then
Is the
two,
game you're
it's
looking for called Nivalis?
Nivalis. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Oh my god. That should not have taken as long as it did.
Your sorcerer scientist at your
Yeah,
disposal.
thank you. But yeah, I would say out of any game right now, that's probably what I'm most excited for. Just because, from what I've seen of its development, it can kind of be what you want it to be. It can be kind of like a cozy, like life sim, or you can go on like actual adventures, or you can get a job, or I mean, it's just kind of a cool concept of like, what if Cyberpunk 2077 um, had given you more freedom to like do stuff besides shooting up drug lords.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love Cyberpunk
Shooting up drug lords.
2077 is my golden cow currently. Um, I love that game even more than I did when it was released in 2020. Um, oh, really? I thought those bubbles were telling me that I should go up. Whoops.
Usually that's what that indicator means.
You would think. Oh, this doesn't look good. Get in the ship,
Huh.
you fool.
Huh. Well, at least we know your ship is indestructible.
Yeah, I mean it's holding together okay. Oh, look at that. It's even kind of making its way slowly out of the, oh god. But anyways, yeah, check out Navalis. Why do I keep, okay, I'm just going to take these off that hook cuz I'm hitting it accidentally way more often than I want to. That's not cool. I just wasted a bunch of fuel by hitting that stupid button for the 20th time. Anyways, yeah, Nivalis. Really excited to see where that goes. And then Cyberpunk went from a game like that I was kind of like vehemently defending. It's like it's not as bad as everyone says it is, especially if you play it on the PC. You know, give it a chance. But now people love it, and I kind of feel like, oh hey, I loved it first.
I was the first one who liked
I was
that,
the
right?
first. I loved it before it was cool. But yeah, both of those check out if you have, you know, and honestly, um, you could wait until there's like a good Steam sale on it and just play 2077 for the Phantom Liberty DLC. It's that good. It's actually stronger than the game's main campaign and just about as long. But it's leaner and meaner and I mean super engaging.
You know, I tried to shop a Steam sale recently, and
It didn't work out.
that
It
did
didn't
not work
take.
out too well. Well, it worked out great for Dre. He got judgment out of it, but
Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. No.
exactly as God intended.
Spitting in the face of gravity and God. I gotta be honest. I'm not good at this part. The whole submersible thing is and I don't know if I'm actually supposed to be doing that, but I am doing it in order to try to keep all of my fuel from burning.
Well, you're.
Okay, so now I can
How
keep
long have we spent?
this.
How much oxygen is left in this ship?
I'm running on pure carbon monoxide right now.
Well, for I don't know. I'm not entirely sure that your little guy isn't robots.
He doesn't seem to be fully human, does he? I mean, he can take
No.
some serious fall damage without being hurt. He's just Ethan from Resident Evil. Doesn't matter how bad you get hurt. Probably one of my favorite lines out of the whole series. You never stop to wonder, Ethan, no matter how bad you got hurt. Like, he finally stopped and asked the question that the player had been asking for 2 games now. Like, why can he just glue his arm back on? Alright, now I'm ready to try to go up. Okay. Actually, once you have it connected like this, I do see now how this is a functional ship. It just took me a while to put the pieces together. There we go. Look at that. We're surfacing, Nick. I guarantee you, though, this game is absolutely going to end with some MacGuffin that allows me to fly. Okay. But yeah, apparently, speaking of Resident Evil, apparently development on 9 is a thing that's happening.
But I mean, that's like saying like the development on Elder Scrolls 6 is happening. I mean, of course it's happening.
I don't know, Resident Evil's been pretty consistent in their releases.
I see the thing with 9 is like I don't know like where does the series go? Do they continue to follow Ethan?
And that's that kind of good news, bad news. Where it's apparently going is open world, which could go one of 2 ways. It could either be kind of a rewind and take place in Raccoon City, and be about like you trying to get out and survive like the original plot of the first 2 games, which I think would be really cool. Or it could be some kind of like Fallout clone, you know, post-apocalyptic, you know, like every other game in the last 10 years that's been released and has been open world.
You know, I like that idea. Here's what I've been thinking Resident Evil needs to be for the longest time. I think Resident Evil needs to. I thought 7 was a step in the right direction where they just
hell yes.
jettison the whole canon. I think what Resident Evil needs to be is like just like a story in a world that has those kind of things going on, but like at no point do you ever confront Umbrella. It's just like
I
little
agree.
side stories or like vignettes about like what happened at the
I totally agree.
yeah, like the baker's house, that didn't need to be like related to like Umbrella or anything.
In fact, when they finally did shoehorn Umbrella in, it just felt tacked on.
Yeah, I was a lot more afraid when it was like, what is this? This is bizarre. Like, you know, there's no like no, you know, like Jack Baker's not talking about when the T virus is complete, I, Jack Baker, shall rule the world. You know.
And you know, I didn't mind when there was like a bioweapon element, because I mean that's the main theme of Resident Evil. It's sci-fi horror, right? It's mankind's meddling creates monsters, essentially. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. I would be just fine if we never heard the name Umbrella again, because at this point it's just like the series boogeyman that's responsible for everything that can possibly go wrong, and
that's the worst part because like Resident Evil 8 ended up being like an Umbrella origin story or some nonsense. By the way,
that was my
Resident
least
Evil
favorite part of that game.
8 may be my least favorite game of all time. Just throwing that out there.
No kidding.
Man, I mean, I enjoyed playing through it with you, sure, but
yeah, there were like, parts of 8 that I really enjoyed, but
that game is comedic.
Mother
bad.
Teresa or whatever her name was.
Mother Teresa.
Mother Miranda. There we go. Oh God, why evil Mother Teresa? Which is essentially all she was. She was just bad Lady Pope. But yeah, like her being the secret founder of Umbrella, like who gives a shit? Like it doesn't. That's a story that did not need to be told. And like honestly, who in the world that has played? Oh shit. Who in the world in the last decade that has played Resident Evil gives any crap about the Spencers or the founding of Umbrella. Like they're the least interesting element in their own story,
Yeah.
right? Um, like Resident Evil is at its best when like in the first like 2 or 3 hours of every game before they explain everything away, like, and it's just scary.
Yeah. Because I mean, things just get less scary the more you explain them, right?
Exactly, and it's like you said, the strongest part of Resident Evil 7 was the Baker house, because you really didn't have a realistic idea of what was going on. It was just madness, and this
Yeah,
family that
and
was normal just had like some kind of major breakdown and started eating people. It's like, why?
right, and like you don't know the rules, you don't know the danger, you don't know the
Right.
stakes. Yeah,
Which
it's
left them with the perfect opportunity to make new rules and new stakes instead of, no, it's still Umbrella. They just go by a different name. It's Parasol now.
yeah, is it? Yeah, it's like like Crystal Umbrella, Crystal.
Yeah, right. Crystal
Wasn't it
Light
like
Umbrella.
the new enemies were the connections, and I think Umbrella was like the Law and Order people? Because like, wasn't Chris Redfield working for Umbrella?
I don't even. Honestly, I care so little that I don't even know. Like, it's enough for me that Chris Redfield shows up and he's kind of
That's a
the
valid answer. Yeah.
he's just kind of the link to the original series that it's kind of like after Robert Downey Jr. made all the money he needed off the first Avengers movie, and then every time he showed up on camera there, he just kind of did his nod wink and let the new guys play around for a while. That's kind of the feeling I get from Chris Redfield in the new Resident Evil games. Like, hey, Chris Redfield's here, everybody, say the thing, yay! It's all about branding. Yes, it is, Sparks. I totally missed Bloody Penguin's comment. Yes, social media detox is absolutely necessary. It's always toxic. People are always fighting with each other, and it just makes me sad. I agree.
Anytime we get a great tool that's able to unite us, we immediately weaponize it and then
Yeah,
turn it
that's
into
right.
the
We
worst
immediately
version
find
of
out how we
itself.
can use it to piss off our neighbor. Okay, so now we can take this back. Put this MacGuffin over here on this MacGuffin.
Welcome to Dave the Diver, everybody.
Right. By the way, have you played Dave the Diver?
I have not, but I've seen a couple streams of it, so
I think it looks kind of fun.
familiar with. No, it looks amusing.
There's
It
apparently a new
definitely looks
DLC
amusing.
where you have to just deal with Godzilla for some reason.
Yeah, I saw that.
And any game where Godzilla shows up to wreck your day is okay in my book.
No, yeah.
Oh, by the way, I picked up a game, and I'm debating even telling you what it is, but it's going to be your and my project for Spoopy October.
Oh, okay. I guess we're not playing Fear and Hunger. No, that's fine. We'll have to.
Oh, I think we'll have. I think we'll have.
We'd have to
time
censor
for
a lot of
more
that
than
game
one.
anyways, but
Yeah.
okay, cool. Give me like a hint.
It's a short game. It's very cerebral, and you work on an oil rig in the middle of an ocean, and everything goes to hell.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Cool.
It's definitely narrative driven. And I really dig its vibe.
All
The
right.
last time they gave me one of these, I blew it. So I'm just gonna.
I've not heard of it, but interesting. Another interesting game for October could be Pacific Drive. I don't. Have you heard of it?
Pacific Drive, huh?
Basically, it's you and your station wagon car driving through a post-apocalyptic end of the world, kind of like what we did with Oregon Trail.
Please, yes.
Doesn't that sound amusing?
Or I was thinking, what was that one with? Was that The Big Smell?
Yes, that was
That was
the
Oregon
big
Trail?
smell. Yeah, Oregon Trail.
No, Oregon Trail was the one we played with Christy, right? Where it was Oregon Trail, but Oregon Trail.
That was Oregon Trail. That was the big smell. Yeah.
Well, no, the big smell was the one where we made a wish with the old evil lady.
Oh no. Oh,
What was
okay.
that?
You're thinking of Dead End Road.
Dead End Road, yes.
Dead End Road, which the big smell made a comeback in Play the Hits Season 2, Episode 13,
Yeah,
Oregon Trail. Big Smell was accompanied with Duffman, Knuckles, and
Knuckles.
Who
And Rex.
else? That was a Rex. That's right.
And
Damn,
Rex is good.
that was a good stream.
Yeah.
I loved that episode. Every now and then I'll put that on in the background at work.
Yeah, I was if she hadn't been friends with us for, 20 years prior to this, I would have felt a little bit bad for Christy because she just had to listen to all that nonsense. What do I have in my hands, Nick?
Um, this game is like in squintovision.
It looks like a wrench.
Oh, they
It's
let
just
you.
a carving of a. It's fuel now.
No, it's like a
There.
carving of a stag.
I'm
Oh.
sure it was important to somebody at some point.
Fuel for the fires.
Fuel for the fire. Oh man. Okay, well I'm so glad that Navalis finally got said, and yeah, weirdly enough, as far as AAA games go, I'm cautiously optimistic about Outlaws. So we'll see where that goes.
Strangely enough, I had been recently. Well, okay, you watch this kind of stuff. Have you watched Andor?
Say that again.
Have you watched Andor?
Oh, Star Wars Andor. Yes. Yeah.
Is
I
it
liked it.
good? Okay. I've heard that it's basically like the Empire, like dealing with the administration of an empire.
Honestly, yeah, that's not too far off. And again,
That
that's where I
sounds
feel
like
like
a really
Star
fun
Wars is at
concept
its
to me.
strongest, is when they actually, have Star Wars going on.
Right. As a manager and tax preparer, that kind of like logistical stuff like makes the left side of my brain happy. So
And it's really sad because I don't understand how Disney has managed to make the Jedi the weakest part of that narrative.
of which one?
Star Wars.
Star Wars or Andor?
Just the franchise, Star Wars. So
I
like
see.
so like Andor is stronger because it has very little to do with the Jedi, if anything.
And that makes you sad?
No, it makes me happy. What makes me
Oh,
sad
I
is
must
that,
have. Go ahead.
what makes me sad is that it makes me sad that makes me happy. Does that make sense? Like the Jedi should be the coolest part of Star Wars. I mean, they're
the most boring part of Star Wars.
they're
I
absolutely
mean,
the most boring part of Star Wars.
they're just space knights. That's all they are.
Yep.
Like even
Well,
George Lucas
and the
was
moment
like,
they
it's a plot
show
device.
up, the moment they show up in any story, whatever dramatic tension was there is gone because they're just gonna whip out their lightsabers and whatever plot device was so important 5 minutes ago is gonna go out the window while the London Philharmonic blasts in the background and
Right.
two guys who were supposed to care about settle a score.
Well, this is why the Master Chief show on Apple Plus never worked, because Master Chief was constantly on screen. Like when you have a concept like that, you need like that character, whether it be Master Chief or the
Right.
Jedi, they should only show up when like
Yep. The One Punch Man model, right?
right, like when stuff gets serious, they should show up, take care of business, stay on screen for 3 minutes, and then they're gone.
Yep.
Right? Like you use that asset sparingly.
Like, I almost feel like One Punch Man was created to give developers of modern, action a heads up. Like, hey, if Saitama shows up at the beginning, it's going to have to be a 2-minute episode and no one's going to like it. There's got to be other stuff going on while he runs across town to get here.
Well, yeah, because it was literally made to be a parody of
Yeah, exactly.
those
Yeah.
Shonen series.
Yep.
But yeah, I see what you mean. It's like that conundrum of like, oh boy, you just missed it. Superman was just here,
Right.
or Superman's on vacation.
Yeah, right. And again, you have, well, I mean, before One Punch Man, there was the whole question about Superman. He's the most boring part of his own franchise, right? Because the moment he shows up, whatever danger there was is gone, and he's just gonna punch whoever needs punching and kiss whoever needs kissing.
And then when you don't understand that, you start throwing things like kryptonite or 7 kinds of apes at him.
Yep. Or
'Cause Chris,
just
can you-
or just Batman in a junkyard suit that he cobbled together.
Well, I mean that can be a fun concept if you execute it correctly. Chris,
Yeah.
can you name all the apes that Superman has fought over the years?
No, but please tell me you can.
I used to be able to. Okay. All right. Ready?
I'm a little
Ready?
ashamed that I can't anymore.
All right. So there's Gorilla Grodd.
Oh my god.
There's the Ultra Humanite.
The fact that there's more than one makes me so happy.
There's There's like Chimpy, who is
Chimpy?
like he. I think Chimpy
Isn't
is
that
like
Krusty the Clown's sidekick?
Chimpy in the DC universe is like. I think he's the monkey that drank from the fountain of youth and became super intelligent, so he basically becomes
Mr.
Sherlock
Teeny.
Holmes.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Mr. Teeny, right.
Mr. Teeny's dead. Oh, sorry, go on. Sorry.
No, I'm really thinking here. Titano.
Who was the captain of
Uh,
the Titanic?
okay, I think I got to like 4. That's about it.
Hey,
I was
maybe
close.
that's all there needs to be. All there
Oh
needs to
wait,
be.
I forgot about Beepo, the super monkey. It was
Beepo the
Beepo.
super monkey.
Beepo, yeah, he was like one of the super friends or something.
God. Remember when they had like a whole cast of Superman's super friends, like Super Dog, Super Girl, Super Boy, who was totally not being molested by Superman? Just the perfectly natural thing for a grown man in his 30s to have a 10-year-old sidekick who's not his son.
Well, I mean, like, comic books are weird, right? Like,
They are. It's not. It's
like,
not
like Wonder Woman was made by like a German psychologist to explain him and the three-way relationship he was in with his wife and her girlfriend.
really.
Yeah, I'm not even like making a joke there. Like that's a thing.
Marvel
Like
or
they were in
DC
some.
where Santa is canon? Probably both, honestly. Hey, look, a Sith Lord. We've arrived. Sorry, go on, Nick.
No, that was it.
That
there
was
was
it.
there was nothing more worth exploring on that topic.
That was absolutely it. I'm gonna grab my cargo hook here so that we don't end up in another situation like last time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
To answer your
Uh-oh.
question,
Uh-oh.
Sparks,
Uh-oh. Damn it. There it is. I knew I wasn't gonna be fast enough, so.
I believe Santa is Marvel because Santa is one of the members of the Rise of the Guardians, and that is owned by DreamWorks, which is owned by Disney. So therefore, I guess
Disney
he would be
bought
Marvel.
DreamWorks?
Okay, I thought, are they just the distributor for DreamWorks or?
I don't know. I have not heard. I always thought like
Well,
DreamWorks was their biggest rival in the animation game.
I thought they owned them.
Who made the Illumination made the Mario movie? Anyways, sorry, go on. I have no actual idea.
It's owned by Universal Pictures, a division of NBC Universal. Okay, all right, I guess
Okay.
not. No,
And
they're not owned by Disney. So I'm
Disney has
wrong.
their claws in ABC, right?
Uh, yes, not to be confused with Warner Brothers, which is owned by the Redstone family. Like when you take all this stuff down to its
Wasn't that
bones,
Ted Turner?
all the media is open. All the media is like owned by like 5 families.
Yeah. Oh god, that actually just took me. Remember what a big fucking deal Ted Turner was when we were kids?
Yeah, I
Well,
do.
like honestly, he was bigger than Disney for a while. He owned everything.
Yeah, wasn't he the one who got CNN started because he wanted a 24-hour news network?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
And totally not paying the price for that right now. Something's gonna crash through that dam, isn't it, Nick?
Uh-huh. It's gonna be a ship full of ghouls. I'm calling it right now.
Either a tidal wave or a kaiju. And those are my guesses.
A kaiju? Yeah,
We haven't seen
I'm
kaiju
leaning.
yet, but something had to screw this world up, right?
I'm leaning towards kaiju. Well, humanity did, right? Global warming.
We're the true monster. Oh yeah, something's about to come
All the
crashing through.
liberals were
Let's see
like,
it.
"We told you."
Come on, game, bring it on. I want to see it.
Oh, I think the disc just
A
skipped.
wave of kaiju. That would be amazing.
Or maybe nothing will happen.
Oh. Well, we're only about halfway through the dam. Come on.
Are
There's still time.
they
There's still time.
luring us into a false sense of security? They've done that before.
Multiple times.
Oh, how
Oh.
exciting. Nothing happened.
And then nothing happened.
Oh, they're just setting up the new obstacle they're putting in your way. That's why.
Yep. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay. Let's take a stop here. We've got to wrap this episode up here, don't we?
I like how you just jumped off the front of the boat. I'm gonna end
Well,
it.
I wanted to see if there's anything to fuel up here since...
I'm gonna guess we're gonna get another major upgrade. Oh my god, a wrecked flying saucer.
Right? Aliens? Is it aliens the whole time? Wow, there's a lot down here.
Nah, actually, there's like nothing down here.
And too bad it's all junk.
I really can't figure out if you're a super tiny person or if you're the size of an average man. Like, does
We're a
that make
Chris
sense?
Beck-sized man.
I mean, like, if you're like a little gnome, right?
I think
Like,
we're a
I don't know.
child, like the first game.
This game makes me think of Pikmin for some reason.
I mean, that kind of... It's a lot of hair. I don't know.
Don't,
I think we're a child.
Yeah, don't like feed into my psychosis here. I could be completely wrong. As a matter of fact, I guarantee I'm completely wrong.
Oh, right. Fuel. Yoink. Okay. All right, Nick. Next world-ending catastrophe, and we'll call it an episode.
All right, that sounds like a good goal.
Am I gonna have to submerge? I have to submerge.
Oh, you're gonna have to put your sail down. That's for sure.
Oh, jeez.
You could put it down, or we'll put it down for you.
Wait. It's going down on its own.
Are you serious?
Oh shit! Well, look at this.
Oh, okay. I really thought you were gonna make it.
All right, let's turn this guy off here.
I was expecting you to just dive and then you stop diving.
Come on, will you freaking... There we go. We'll take you.
Hello, Duncan.
Hello, can I play? I've always wanted to steer my own boat. Okay, that was actually perfect timing, because this is exactly the kind of event that we needed to make a clean break with the episode.
Yeah, because this looks like this is gonna be something.
Yep, this is going to be a puzzle section. All right, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to text me those, like, 5 books and 3 video games you were talking
What
about.
books?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Don't make me watch an episode of Play the Hits, Nick, please.
I got you. Blade itself, Alex Virus, Fear and Hunger. Yeah, I got a memory. Don't worry.
Excellent. All right, everybody.
Navalis.
Night Sparks. Penguin, you're probably already gone, but we'll see you next time, too.
Night, folks.
See ya.